Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents A World Without Soil, the Past, Present, and Precarious Future of the Earth Beneath Our Feet, by Jo Handelsman with Kayla Cohen, narrated by Rosemary Benson. Publisher's Note: in this audio edition, you will hear references to visual elements present in the print and e-book formats of the book. Preface. I wrote this book because the plight of the world's soils is a silent crisis. Most people are unaware that the very ground beneath us is slipping away at an alarming pace. That thing we walk all over, called dirt, and exposed to great indignities, is at risk. As soil erodes, it destabilizes food production and environmental health. If the world takes action now, we can steward our soil into the future and continue to grow food for a burgeoning population while using soil as a burial ground for carbon, thereby reducing greenhouse gases and slowing climate change. Human beings as a species have a habit of waiting too long to fix things. We ignore, debate, and doubt until we are imperiled and in crisis. But once we decide to act, we often bring ingenious solutions and a collaborative spirit to the job. The uplifting part of the soil crisis, as opposed to so many others we face, is that we can fix it. From experience, we know how to practice agriculture in ways that will preserve soil for millennia, rather than see it washed into rivers and swirled up into the atmosphere. Soil is not just utilitarian. I also wrote this book to share my fascination with soil and the science underlying its genesis and power. I love soil's mystery and intoxicating properties. I'm mesmerized by its variety of smells, textures, and meanings. And the way life springs from it is like an annual miracle. But it's not a miracle. It's even better. It is science. The many ways that soil provides succor, from food to life-saving drugs, energize my study of it and foster my attachment to it. There is still time to save this precious resource. Once you've finished this book, I hope you will be inspired to take action to save our soil. Prologue. Dear Mr. President, I write to alert you to an emerging crisis that threatens soil across the United States and civilizations worldwide. Yes, we're talking about soil. We also call it dirt, suelo in Spanish, lige in Navajo, Adama in Hebrew, talai in Hungarian, and udongo in Swahili. The top layer of fertile soil, on which every form of life depends, is fast eroding. Soil is the product of millennia of physical forces acting on Earth's crust. Weathered geologic material mixes with chemicals released from dead and living plants, animals, and microorganisms. These are the basic materials of soil. Water percolates through, air fills empty pockets, plants penetrate, animals burrow, and microbes turn the cranks of nutrient cycles. Over thousands of years, soil is enriched and deepened by these processes to produce the fertile topsoil that we rely on for 95% of our food production. Soil's profound impact extends beyond agriculture. All organisms rely on soil for clean water. In fact, soil serves as the largest water filter on Earth. It is also the largest terrestrial repository for carbon, containing 3 times the amount in Earth's atmosphere and 4 times as much as in all plants combined, making it a powerful mitigative tool to address climate change. As the most biologically diverse habitat on Earth, it contains microorganisms that are the source of drugs used in traditional and modern medicine. As a substance of complex physical properties, It is baked into bricks, roads, and pottery. Worldwide, soil is under threat. Its erosion and degradation, already rapid, will likely accelerate with the projected rise in frequency of rainstorms generated by a warming climate. The United States and many other countries are eroding soil 10 to 100 times faster than it is produced. By some estimates, the United States will lose so much of its soil on sloped agricultural land that by the end of the 21st century, crop yields will be severely compromised. Some regions will soon be barren. Indeed, aerial photographs of Iowa farmland show frequent patches where rocky subsoil is already poking through the land surface. There is a long history of civilizations collapsing because of soil erosion. The number of Easter Islanders declined from 14,000 to 2,000 after their soil eroded from steep mountainsides into the ocean, leaving the island without the capacity for agricultural production. Similar examples of communities that have overtilled their soil, which then eroded, along with the ability to produce food, abound in China, Africa, and the United States. There is ample evidence to indicate that large tracts of U.S. cropland are following this trajectory. The current trend is not sustainable. If it continues, we will lose enough soil to create unprecedented challenges to food production. The good news is that we have sufficient knowledge to diminish or even halt soil erosion with relatively little short-term cost and substantial long-term savings. No-till planting, use of cover crops, and interplanting crops with deep-rooted prairie plants compose the trio of proven agricultural practices that can prevent erosion and rebuild soil health. These methods of farming would enhance soil carbon storage, thereby reducing greenhouse gases. In the Paris climate talks of 2015, a proposal to increase soil carbon worldwide by 0.4% annually was advanced. Though the goal is aspirational, if it were attained, sufficient carbon would be sequestered to compensate for projected increased carbon emissions and keep atmospheric carbon at current levels. There are several policies that your administration could implement to encourage farmers to adopt soil protective practices and build soil carbon, from changing how crop insurance is calculated to reinstating accountability for farmers receiving incentives for soil conservation. The administration could galvanize consumers to participate in a movement toward a soil-safe label for food and partner with farmers, environmental groups, agrochemical companies, food retailers, and indigenous peoples to develop criteria for certification. I deliver to you a challenging problem, but one that can be remedied quickly. All we need is the will, and we dare not lack it, or our civilization as we know it will be unsustainable. Jo Handelsman, Associate Director, Office of Science and Technology Policy, 2016. This is the memo I would like to have sent to President Obama. The rest of this book is my memo to all of you. 1. Dawning, an invisible crisis. How did I miss it? That was the question hounding my thoughts as I paced my White House office in 2015. There I was, a science advisor to President Barack Obama and 35 years a soil scientist, and I had somehow missed the fact that we were facing a crisis. Disappearing many times faster than it was being replaced, the soil of the United States could actually run out. Let me back up a bit. 2 years earlier, I had received a call from John Holdren, President Obama's top science advisor and director of the Office of Science and Technology Policy. He asked me to join him at the White House to run the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?